and he didn't use any characters, no scriptures. He just used his words and his motions. And he used his motions and he used his behavior to enlighten others. He didn't have to say, this is enlightenment. You have to do this, 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 and you'll be enlightened. He just went on with his day, and he was just like, yep, just having a good time, having fun. And people would see him and see what he does and say, that guy is enlightened. But why? Just because of what he does, not because of he knows so many different things, or he's read so many scriptures, or because he can't read. So in China, they also have a phrase which is 不立文字，一信传心, which means we don't need words to transfer our enlightenment and our philosophies to others. We only have to use our hearts to transfer it to others. So I use my heart to transfer it to your heart, to transfer it to his heart. I don't use everything I say. I don't have to speak it. I can use my heart, and we can use just looking and just doing different things. We can just do that. So that's why in Chinese they also have an ancient Chinese proverb where it's, what is that? Like, 佛 when Buddha, he had a disciple that, he had many, many disciples, and when Giaimo was sitting there one time and he was teaching, he just sat there and didn't say anything, and then he took the flower and he just like pinched the flower, moved the flower a little bit. And one of his students said, I know what you mean. I got it. Enlightenment, see ya. So that's what he did, and that's what Buddha said. He said, that in Chinese is an ancient proverb that means I don't say anything, I just do a little motion and you can understand everything I mean. So through just little motions, little things, and not only when he was teaching, when he did this, but the world, in Buddhism, the world itself, the universe, your life is giving you clues and hints to what has happened in past life, is giving you clues and hints to this idea of these mysteries of the universe. And the different things that happen in your life and the different things you see and do and think are just clues to this idea and these different ideas of Buddhism, becoming enlightened, becoming this. But the main idea is all about, like I said before, letting go, not having too many desires. That's why in Buddhism you can't eat meat, you can't like drink, smoke, you can't even touch girls. You can't even go like near girls because they don't want you to have any kind of bad thoughts. But even in China, there's stories about a Buddhist guy, two Buddhist monks. I was going to ask, does anyone know how monks open doors by any chance? Do you know, Brad? Patrick, do you know? How do monks usually open doors? I forgot. You have to use a key. You use a key? What kind of key would you use? A monkey. That's it. A monkey, that's how they open the door. Good one, that's pretty good. But yeah, is that why you were a monkey on that first slide? You knew that?
I think so.
Maybe you are.
That's exactly why.
So that idea of this monkey, and this guy is actually also from India. His name was like Hanuman, which you might have heard of him. He's like an old monkey king, or he was just an old king. And when he came to China, they had the idea that he was a monkey king who was crazy, and his name was Sun Wukong. And that's how you get this guy. In China, it started from an old Chinese book, and then he evolved and became Super Saiyan, and then became Goku. But, so this is the whole idea of this. But in China, they also have the idea of Buddhist monks. There was a girl who was stranded on one side of a river and afraid to walk across the bridge. And one of the monks said, sorry, we can't carry you across the bridge, we can't touch girls. Sorry, now you can't touch, that's their rules. And the guy said, I have to help her. She's sitting there crying, going, oh, I gotta go home, I can't go home. I wanna go. And the monk said, okay, get on my back, quick. And then she got on the back, and then he walked across with her and let her down and said, and the other monk said, are you what did you just do? You just touched a girl, dude. It's over. You're done. You just ruined it. You ruined everything. You can't do anything. And he said, she's not, do you see her anymore? She's still on my back? Doesn't matter. I didn't think any bad thoughts. I wanted to help someone. I wanted to help them and get them home. I didn't think any bad thoughts, I didn't do anything bad. And he said, all right, I guess, yeah. All right, I guess it's cool. So, as long as you're not, if you're a monk and as long as you're not thinking bad thoughts and having a bad intention of what you do, it's not so bad if you do these different things. But they have these rules in Buddhism, like no drinking, smoking, no touching girls, no eating meat, no doing this, and all these different things. That actually, all of them came from ancient stories in India of people who had these desires, and they said, well, I want to drink, I want to eat this, or I want to have this, and then the guy goes over there and he goes and sees this girl, and he says, oh, I want to borrow some milk or something, and I got to eat some meat, and then he drank beforehand, and this guy, so there's an ancient man from India, and he said, and he drank too much and got drunk, then he goes over to the neighbor's house, he says, I need to eat some of that meat or something, I need to borrow some of your salt. Something like that. And he looks at the girl and he says, maybe I like you or something. And then he starts doing bad things. So that's why in Buddhism they said, well, drinking leads to thinking bad thoughts. Smoking and doing bad things leads to other desires, and they all lead on to each other. So that's why they just cut themselves off from everything. If you want to be a monk, you can't do anything, can't have any negative, bad thoughts, no anything like that. So that's enlightenment. That's kind of the idea of not having any of these bad thoughts, not thinking all these things, and kind of letting go and becoming a super saiyan, if you can. Patrick is almost there, at least in Confucius class. So this is very, very blurry. When me and Brian were younger, we were in a Buddhist band, and we played at this temple here. And there we were playing our instruments at the Buddhist temple. It's kind of blurry. It's an old picture. There's Brian. There's me. We're playing there. No, it's fake. But it looks all right, though. Does it look all right? Would you believe that if I actually said that we were... No? No? Maybe. I would have. But in any case, so that there is... Once again, thank everyone. Thank you so much. And these are all the different Buddhist characters. Whoa! Sorry. I don't know who that is. But so today we've learned about the ideas of Buddhism, what they're all about, the ideas of being one with everything, the ideas of fate and karma. You learned how to meditate. The ideas of three, everything is in threes, and bowing. And you learn about this idea of enlightenment. And so I want everyone, at least today, if you can remember anything, just remember the words "Ami Tuofo." And remember, when you meet any monks or anyone, you always put your hands like this together, which you probably all know, and you always just say "Ami Tuofo." And I messed up on this last quote, but it's supposed to be "Sui Yuan." I kind of messed up on one of the characters, but it's supposed to be, in Chinese they say, follow your fate to do everything, and your fate and everything will follow your fate. So you always have to follow your own karma, understand your own karma, and understand your own fate. So once again, thank you all so much for coming and listening to my presentation. And if there